محمد رسول الله الداعي إلى رضوانه وبعد. إلهي على كل الأمور لك الحمد، فليس لما أوليت من نعم حد. لذلك نقول ونحمد الله الذي لا يقال متى كان ولا أين كان، كون الأكوان ودبر الزمان، علم ما كان وما هو كائن وما سيكون ومن لم يكن لو كان كيف كان يكون. Just a brief reminder, inshallah. Please let the mothers listen, please. Now, please, the mothers should listen to us, please. A brief reminder about Yawm al-Jum'ah. We're all happy that Allah has extended our life to witness another Friday today. So for us not to be able to attract the blessings and the reward in Yawm al-Jum'ah, let's try to prevent anything that will spoil our Jum'ah for us. One of the things that jeopardize your reward for gaining khutbah of Jum'ah is just like this 2 rak'ah, just like salat in Jum'ah. And there's something very forbidden. Please, the mothers should listen. There's something very forbidden when khutbah is going on. That is you talking. It is very, very forbidden. The Prophet ﷺ said, "Man qala li sahibihi ansit faqad lagha." That anyone who says to his companion or his colleague, keep quiet, that person has destroyed his reward for khutbatul Jum'ah. So we all came to Jum'ah today to be able to attract this reward, to be able to gain this reward. So for that reason, let's try as much as possible to stay calm. We should procrastinate any form of discussion, no matter how important it is. It's not as important as this Jum'ah or as the reward you want to gain in it. So let's try as much as possible to be patient. They keep calm, bi'idhnillah. Now, then briefly before we move to the main topic, just want to remind ourselves about the most rewarding things to do on Yawm al-Jum'ah, like reciting Surah Al-Kahf for those that have not read, then doing a lot of salawat upon the Prophet ﷺ. That is, instead of you talking, you should do your salawat in your heart. You should do them secretly, hiddenly in your heart, not even openly, because you are not allowed to talk at all. So salawat upon the Prophet is a massive reward. It's even something the Prophet advised us to do. But they are telling you not to say it openly so that you won't destroy your reward for the khutbah. Now imagine you are saying something that is not one ibadah. Just imagine how worse it is. So we plead to our mothers and everyone to replace those discussions with our salawat ala Rasul sallallahu. Can just keep doing Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa sallim in your heart while you listen to the khutbah. Naam. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala man la nabiyya ba'dah. So that being said, we'll move to the main topic of today. And since for a very long time now, most especially this era we find ourselves in, that Shaitan has made sins very, very okay for us. That we Muslims, we can commit sin without even having any grudges about it. During the time of the Prophet ﷺ, when the Sahabas commit sin, no matter how little the sin may be, they will keep regretting it, keep doing tawbah, thinking that maybe they are going to die the next day. But Shaitan has made it so easy for our ummah today that you can commit sin without being afraid of anything. You won't even feel as if you committed a sin. And these sins that Shaitan makes us to commit, they are one of the most massive sins ever. Sins that come with the highest punishment. So, and one of it is al-kham, and second is maisir. Kham, that is alcohol. Alcohol is one of the most grievous sin ever. One of the worst thing a Muslim can ever do, to take alcohol. Now let's define alcohol Islamically. In Arabic, we first of all define khamr the way it is explained by the Arab scholars, the linguistics among the Arabs. They said khamr is anything, any juice. For instance, if you make a juice from orange, it's called orange juice, right? So that's how, if you make any juice from grape, it's known as alcohol during the time of Arab, even till now. Grape juice, juices made from grapes are alcohol. It makes you feel intoxicated. It makes you feel drunk. So that's why it's haram. But presently now we've discovered a lot of chemicals. Like ethanol, for instance. Ethanol is one of the biggest components, the biggest content, the biggest material you mix to get alcohol. Like once you see ethanol in what's it called, your perfumes or stuff like that, all these drinks you see today, those alcoholic drink, they are having, among the ingredients you use in making them is ethanol. So anything at all that contains ethanol is forbidden for us as Muslims. You can't even use it as preservatives for your cake. You can't add alcohol to your cakes. If you should eat it, just as if you are taking alcohol too. Now, so that's just the basic definition for alcohol. Any juice you make from grape. But is that just the only definition? The answer is no. Alcohol is anything you take at all that makes you feel intoxicated. That's the second definition. Anything you take at all that make you feel intoxicated. The proof for this is that hadith that Imam Uthaymeen brought. He said, Kullu muskirin, the Prophet said, Kullu muskirin kham wa kullu muskirin haram. That everything that makes you drunk is alcohol, and everything that makes you drunk is haram. So not just this hadith is trying to make you understand that not until you take the alcoholic bottle, or not until you take the juice made from grape, or you take any drink made from ethanol, is when you take alcohol. No. I remember when we were still kids, sometimes we'll take water and we'll start behaving like a drunkard. So we're taught to stop it then. But alhamdulillah, now as we go up and we make research, we find out the reason. It was because of this hadith. That's why those scholars of then, my seniors then, who were having more knowledge about it than me, while I was still little, they corrected me about it. So the hadith says, Kullu muskirin kham. Anything that make you feel drunk is kham. Before I explain that, I wish something else to explain that aspect. That is, if you are taking gari, for instance, maybe you feel like, okay, it's alcohol that Allah forbid. Then you take gari, you mix it in a way. Then I think I do hear that there's a particular type of gari. I don't know if it's any gari at all. If you take that gari and you keep it for 3 days or something like that, when you take it, you feel drunk. It makes you feel intoxicated. So it is completely forbidden for you to take such things. If you should take that gari, despite it is gari, gari is halal Islamically. But if you should abuse the usage of gari, you are just like someone who takes alcohol, because it makes you feel intoxicated. Then secondly, there are some people that if you take all these soft drinks like malt, some energy drinks like Predator, Fearless, if they take it too much, it makes them feel drunk also. Things like this are also forbidden. Because anything that make you feel drunk, it's haram. Over to things that they don't even make you feel drunk. But because you behave as if you are drunk while taking them, it becomes haram for you. That's what the hadith says, Man tashabbaha biqawmin fahuwa minhum. That anyone who imitates other people in evil doings is just part of them. That is, if you take alcohol, if you take water, for instance, just like the example I gave you earlier on, you take water and start behaving like a drunkard, you are going to be given the sin of someone that takes alcohol, just because you behave like them. Now talk more of you taking the alcohol itself. That shows you that anything that concerns alcohol at all, it is totally prohibited. Don't even behave like them at all. Then alcohol is, you can't use it for anything. Some people feel you can use alcohol as maybe cure. Maybe you're having a sickness, they'll tell you, mix it with this cancan. Cancan is made from ethanol. Mix it with a bit of cancan so that it will work faster. This is not, it's not proper at all. Just like the ayah in the Quran said, يسألونك عن الخمر والميسر, Surah Baqarah, ayah 219. نعم. He said, يسألونك عن الخمر والميسر قل فيهما إثم كبير ومنافع للناس. That you are asked about alcohol and gambling. That you should say, he told the Prophet, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was talking to the Prophet. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made mention of يسألونك 12 times in the glorious Quran. And one of them is when he was talking about alcohol. That's when he told the Prophet, if you are asked about this is what you should say. He said, if you are asked about alcohol, you should tell them that فيهما إثم كبير, that is a grievous sin in it, ومنافع للناس, but there are benefits in it also, وإثمهما أكبر من نفعهما, that the sin in it is more massive. قم وصلي ركعتين صلي ركعتين. That the sin in it is more massive than the reward in it. The sin in it is more massive than the reward in it, the benefits in it. So when scholars were trying to explain the benefits, even first of all, what you should know is this ayah, the verse at all. There's what we call an-nasikh wal-mansukh in ulum al-Quran. That is Quranic science. It talks about the history of Quran. You will know about the things. There are some ayah that came, then another ayah will come to clear that ayah. You know, when Allah really commanded the Prophet ﷺ to preach Islam to the Muslims, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it very easy. He didn't just go straight to the point. He started breaking it little by little. Because in an ayah, he was directed to all Muslims, like to the general ummah, everyone, to general mankind, but first to the Arabs. And an ayah said, Al-Arab ashaddu kufran wa nifaq, that Arabs were very stubborn. They are among the most stubborn creatures on earth. Then, over till now, that over scholars said that if Islam had come from Arab, like from other countries, not Arab would have not accepted Islam today. So that's why Allah gave that wisdom. There are about 3 ayat. It is daraja, the tajreed, like Imam Fawzani said, that it is, Allah breaks it down with 3 ayat. The first ayah is this, يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْخَمْرِ وَالْمَيْسِرِ. That's where you are asked about khamr and maisir. See, if you are asked, you should tell them that there's a massive sin in it, but there's benefits in it. But the sin in it is more massive, it's bigger than the benefits. So that's the first thing. When you are explaining the benefits now, it's like, for instance, for those people that use it as medicine, just as I said earlier, you can't use alcohol for medicine at all. It is forbidden. There's nothing like ad-darurat tubihul mawdu'at. Some scholars will tell you that when you do something like this, it is because of it's a sickness. Then conditions make things haram, halal. That is make forbidden things permissible. It is wrong. You can't take alcohol for anything. Don't even rub it on your skin as medicine. Don't even mix it for your food as medicine. Ad-darurat tubihul mahdurat. That qaida, it's the law of Islamic jurisprudence. That's the law of fiqh. You need to understand fiqh better. They are among the laws. So it is talking about maybe there are some unlawful things, that some conditions, you fall into some conditions and to make it halal. But scholars make us understand that that qaida does not work when it concerns alcohol at all. So and the Prophet ﷺ said, ما جعل الله شفاءكم فيما حرم عليكم, in an hadith. That the Prophet ﷺ said, Allah did not put your cure in what He has forbidden for you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has forbidden alcohol for us, so He did not put any cure in it. Then the Prophet ﷺ, he went deeper to make us understand another ayah, that al-khamru da'un wa laysa dawa. You are thinking that if you should take khamr, if you mix it with this medicine, that's the only time that drug is going to work. But the Prophet ﷺ make us to understand that that khamr you are taking it at all, it's even the sickness, and it's not a treatment. That you taking the alcohol, trying to prevent yourself from that sickness, you are often increasing the sickness. So it is not any cure at all. That's the first aspect of alcohol. The first ayah, when Allah was forbidding alcohol. And the second one is, He says, لا تقربوا الصلاة وأنتم سكارى. In another ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then told the Prophet sallallahu that he should tell the Muslims then, they were new, they were just new to Islam, so Allah break it down bit by bit for them, and He said, after telling them about it, that the sin in it is more massive. As a responsible person, you will limit your usage of alcohol, because the sin in it is more massive than the benefit in it. So the second one, Allah wants to take them further from alcohol than it used to be before. He said, لا تقربوا الصلاة وأنتم سكارى. That you should not take alcohol, you should not get close to salat when you are drunk. So then, when the Prophet ﷺ revealed this ayah to the Sahabas, those newly converted Sahabas, radiallahu anhum ajma'in, they started avoiding alcohol when it is time for salah. Just the way the hadith says, Man akala thawm wal basal fala yakrubanna masjidana. That anyone who takes garlic or onions should not come closer to our masjid, should not come closer to the masjid of Rasul. Garlic and onions is halal, but don't take it because of the smell. That if you take it, you should not get close to the mosque. That means you should take it like time. You should be very far before you come to the mosque. Long before coming to the mosque is when you should take garlic and onions. Or if you must take them, try to take something that will prevent the smell. Because Allah does not want you to come to the masjid and make other people inconvenient in their salah. That's why that's why He commanded the Prophet to forbid garlic and onions, because the smell is very irritating, most especially garlic. Very, very irritating. So that is the same system Allah used then. As a Muslim now, since if you take garlic when you are if you take garlic few times before salat, it is forbidden. You will avoid garlic when it's close to salat, right? You can just take like after Isha before going to bed. So you brush your teeth before coming to the mosque. Then the smell has died out. So that's what the Sahabas were doing then. They will avoid it throughout the day, because if you should be drunk, you can be drunk for hours and you miss salat, maybe after falling into the gutter or something like that. So that's the second wisdom Allah gave Prophet sallallahu. And the third one was when He said, "Rijsun min amal ash-shaytan," in an ayah. He said, "Innama al-khamr wal-maysir wal-ansab wal-azlam rijsun min amal ash-shaytan fajtanibuh." That it is an atrocity among the commandments of shaitan. You should avoid it. That's when Allah make it clear that it's haram. So when scholars were explaining the fa in fajtanibuh, it shows you that it's a command to avoid something. You should avoid it as much as you can. It's a command. You don't even have any choice to take it at all. Then scholars also make us to understand that kham is ummul khaba'ith. For those of you that have listened to khutbah when talking about the reward of Yawmul Jum'ah, of Friday, that's of Jum'ah Salat. When I tell you about Friday, they'll tell you that Friday is the mother of all days. That if you do one salawat, the malaika will do 10 for you. Any good thing you do that day, apart from fasting, any good ibadah, if you do sadaqah, the reward of the sadaqah you do on Friday is more massive than the sadaqah you do in other days. That is, if you have 10 reward for sadaqah you do, like on Monday for instance, if you should do that same sadaqah on Friday, it will be 100 reward. That's the mother of all this, to show you how beneficial it is. Just take it. That's the opposite for alcohol. Ummul khaba'is, the mother of all sins. Then let me prove it to you how it is the mother of all sins. With the story of Osman bin Affan, he was telling the Sahaba radiallahu anhu. He was trying to tell them how grievous alcohol is. So he said there was this man, he was a slave, and he was having a mistress, that's a female boss. So the mistress called him, and they passed through doors, just like the story of Yusuf, that they were passing through doors and other slaves to close the door behind them. So that was the same way this mistress did to this slave. While they passed through different doors, other slaves to close the other doors till they get to the mistress room. It's a command. You are a slave. There's nothing you can do about it. So this woman, and this slave was a Muslim. So this woman wanted this slave to commit one atrocity, just one sin, one massive sin. So this female boss wanted this male slave to commit one sin. Then he said, I'll give you 3 options. You commit one among these 3 sins. In that room, the woman was present in it. Then there was a small baby, a baby boy. Then there was alcohol, a bottle of alcohol there. I'm trying to show you how dangerous alcohol is with this story that Usman bin Affan said to the Sahabas. Then the woman said, okay, you're having me, this baby, and this alcohol. So I'm giving you 3 options. The first one is either you do zina with me. That either he has sexual intercourse with the woman, he commits zina with the woman. You're not sleeping with that woman now, is zina. And zina is among the greatest sin ever. Zina, among the worst sin you can ever imagine, is zina. Among the worst, mikaba is dhunub. If you see when scholars are emphasizing on zina, you won't even want to look at a lady that you're not married to. Imam Shafi'i, he classifies zina to the extent he grouped it into zina of sight alone. When he was talking about the zina of looking alone, he classified it into 7 places. In one of his books, Imam Shafi'i, that you looking at a woman, the zina of you looking at a woman is of 7 types. Just imagine. Now talking of you committing zina at all. So zina is a grievous sin. But that's why said that he preferred you use nail, you take nail, and you use hammer to place the nail in his head. Now for him to touch a woman that is not married to. That's a woman that is not related to him. And ajnabiya, like a woman that is not your family or your wife. They prefer you should use nail on his head than he shake the woman at all. So to show you how grave your zina is, just to touch, look at what the Prophet is saying, not to talk of you now committing the main zina. So that was the first option the woman gave the man. He said, it's for you to commit zina with me. That's one. The second one, for you to kill this baby. And nafs to be nafs. To kill someone of your own mates. They said they will kill you for killing somebody. Then I imagine killing someone, a baby that didn't even commit any sin at all. So these are 2 greatest sins, 2 grievous sins. Then the last option was, and that's what you should take alcohol. You should take from this alcohol. So if it were you, you just look at, zina is a big sin. And for me to kill someone, Allah said if you kill someone, they should kill you too. Then, let me just take this bottle of alcohol. This is just one bottle. Then let me take it. That was the worst choice the man made ever. So the man said he would take the alcohol. That if he should commit zina now, he will be last 100 stroke. And if he should kill this boy, they are going to kill him too. So he should just take the alcohol. This is just a bottle. This man took a cup of the alcohol. The first cup. Then he took the second till he emptied the bottle. So Usman bin Affan, he said, to show you how massive, how grievous, how dangerous khamr is. After this man took that bottle of alcohol, he became drunk. Out of him being drunk, because he's intoxicated, he slept with that woman. He committed zina after taking the alcohol. He committed zina and he killed the child. So if you should take this case to a mahkama, because he was trying to avoid one big sin, just because of one bottle of alcohol he took, he committed 3 grievous sins. That's to show you that when you're talking about punishment for zina, it is 100 lashes in an Islamic environment. If you are caught while performing zina, they'll flog you 100 strokes of cane. 100. Have you received 10? Those people that attend secondary school, if you're in secondary school, they give you 10 strokes. You know how it feels. Not talk of 100 strokes. So, and they said that if they are flogging you 100 strokes, then they get to 99, you die, they will complete it 100. It's a must. Hard do. And you won't say because this is a female and this is a male, this one will be 50, this one will be 100. They'll flog both of you 100 stroke. So if they are to judge this case, this man, if they take him to the court, for instance, in an Islamic environment, they'll first of all flog him 40 stroke and 80 stroke for taking alcohol. 1. They will flog him 100 stroke for committing zina. 2. Then they will kill him for killing a child. just because of one bottle of alcohol. That will show you how grievous, how forbidden alcohol is. To show you how much you need to avoid alcohol. Then alcohol, some people feel like if I take 10 crates of alcohol, it does not affect me. So Allah said is when it makes you drunk, that's when it is haram. The aslu of alcohol, it's either ethanol or a juice made from grape. So if it makes you drunk or it does not make you drunk, it's also haram. Then don't say that the alcohol, let me just add this small action bitters to this predator so I will have more energy. It's just small one now, it's not the full can. The Qaida says, مَكَانَ كَثِيرُهُ حَرَامٌ فَقَلِيلُهُ حَرَامٌ. That anything that, even if it's a tank of it, is forbidden. If you take one drop of it, it's still the same sin. Just like zina, they won't tell you because you slept with an ugly girl, they will flog you 20 stroke. Then if you sleep with a fine girl, they will flog you 100 stroke. No, zina is zina. If you like to be a mad woman, they will flog you 100 stroke. That's the same way for alcohol. Don't say mamzujan aw khalisa. Don't say okay aw khassa. Don't say okay because it's, even if you take it on its own or you mix it with something, it's still the same sin. You should not take it at all. Then the second aspect is about gambling, bet. Al-maisir. Bet is one of the most common sins today. It's even more common than alcohol. Some people will be like, I know the jinko, but they play bet in Nigeria once, just sometimes. It is forbidden. Bet is forbidden. You see the way I'm describing alcohol for you now. How I compared alcohol with zina and the likes. How I told you, just the way I'm explaining how grievous alcohol is. When Allah wanted to talk about bet and gambling, He mentioned it the same time He was talking about alcohol. يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْخَمْرِ وَالْمَيْسِرِ. That you are asked about alcohol and gambling. You are not allowed to play bet at all. Bet in the sense of, even if it is just you and your friend while watching football in your room, it's not until you go to a bet Nigeria joint that's when it becomes a sin. No, if you are with your friend like this, just me and this sheikh, and I tell this sheikh, if Liverpool win against Man U, okay, this sheikh is a Barca fan, if Barca win against Man U, you will give me I will give you 3,000 naira. But if Man U win against Barca, you will give me 3,000 naira. This is bet already. Don't say it's just because it's you and your friend. No, you have already committed sin from there. Bet. You should not even come close to it at all. In the sense, you should not, for example, for web designers, people that make websites, scholars said, don't even make websites for bet. That if a client should come and meet you that make a website for me, for betting, like a betting platform, a betting website, you should not do it. Why? People were like, it's not just a job, I'm not participating in it. So the scholar asked that if it should be a Quranic website, like a website that they recite Quran or they give bayan, if you should create such website, you'll be paid for it, right? Will you gain reward in it? He said yes. If you create, even though you are paid for it, for example, if you build a mosque as a bricklayer, if you are paid for it, you get reward in it, right? Even if you are paid. The same way, if you should build a website for betting, website, or you just build it, something you did in your computer, you didn't even participate in bet at all. If you should build a website for betting, you are also sharing from the sins too. So these are sins that you should stay clear from. Betting has become so easy. Every day you see different bets. Go to YouTube today, watch different comedy. You just in the middle of the comedy, they'll just be an advert. Kiwi bet, Sporty bet, Bet King, and the likes. Every day you see different ones. Let's try as much as possible to avoid them. It is haram ila ghaya. It is completely forbidden to participate in anything betting at all. Then the last one is at-tadkhin, smoking. Smoking. You see smoking, to take igbo, cigar, or the likes, weed. Anyone you call it, if you like, call it Oris, call it Moses, call it anything, call it Abraham or anything. As far as smoke, even paper, don't use paper, don't burn paper just to play with it. You know why? People will be like, it is alcohol that Allah forbid. Is there any way in the Quran that Allah forbids smoking? The ayah says, Atu Allah wa atu Rasul. Truly, there's not any specific place Allah forbids smoking. But Prophet ﷺ mentioned something in an hadith. He said you should not take anything that will harm yourself. Don't even take something to harm yourself. That's why suicide is forbidden. Don't kill yourself. You kill someone is a massive sin. You don't hurt yourself. Taking cigarettes or these hot stuffs, it affects your lungs medically. So people be like, I don't take them for like 40 years now. Nothing happens. Look, man, don't take it. It is forbidden. See, people are forbidden from us. For us, you should avoid it. You should avoid it. To smoke, it's very, very forbidden. Don't go close to it. Avoid it. Don't even some people will be like, okay, since the scholar said to smoke, it affects the heart. Let me mix it with beans. Don't do that at all. I don't know if you are getting my point. You should avoid it completely. Why? Because of the aslu, the origin. It makes you intoxicated. If you smoke, you also become drunk too. You feel high. Say, I don't high, I did like this. Just shift to stuff like that. Or because you want to do a lot of work, you say you want to take cigarettes. No. Don't say because there is too much cold. Avoid it. Take hot coffee. That cold will die down. Wrap yourself with 20 wrapper. They're taking cigarettes. There's no, you don't have any excuse for it. You see Nigeria as hot as Nigeria. Imagine there are how many fans here and I'm still sweating. Then you see somebody will still be taking cigarettes this afternoon. I don't know if my point is clear. So that's why these three things are forbidden. Ila ghayatiha. They are the three common sins today that we Muslims we find ourselves into. The first one is alcohol. The second one is gambling, and the third one is cigarettes, smoking. So we should try and avoid these three things, for the sins in it is massive. Forget about the benefits. Because if you say, okay, let me just play small bet, you use 1 naira to win 30 million. If I collect 30 million, I will go use 10 million to do sadaqah. Allah will forgive me. Young man, you may even die before spending the 30 million. You will die. You may die once you just get the money like this. Someone else will be the one to spend it, and you get the same for it. One of the worst things about this is that you don't know where you are going. You don't know. People, that's why an Arab story, there's this rhetorical story that they do say that. He said, I will do tawbah tomorrow. Then he died without waking up. So if you have found yourself in these sins, it is better you do tawbah. That's the cure for it. You seek Allah's repentance. You seek Allah's repentance. Allah will definitely forgive you for it. Allah, inna Allah ghafurur rahim. But don't say, okay, Allah ghafurur rahim, you take alcohol today, you do Allah ghafurur rahim, then you leave it for 2 weeks later, you take another one. Maybe you say, okay, because my dad died, I just want to remove the pain, then you want to take another one. They say Allah ghafurur rahim. The same I take Surah Al-Furqan. After the ayah that ends with inna Allah ghafurur rahim, the second ayah ends with inna Allah shadidul iqab. Allah gives grievous punishment. Allah is the most merciful, we know, but still he gives the hardest punishment too. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to save us from these sins. ومن هنا أقف أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم وآخر الدعوة الحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة من لدنه وبركاته.